what's going on, you guys? With you guys to the Shine Show, Big Dog back on another one take review. Then I got one from Black Clover, episode 163. And I've said this, like it is on such a rocket rise right now because every single episode seems to be just that damn good, you know. And this one is no different. We get Gray's backstory, which I was never. Gray has always, when I say always, I mean always got on my nerves. You know what I'm saying? Just because like the little gimmick, you know, look at me, like that it was so annoying. Now you see why. You know, I'm just like, it's kind of like a type of a Cinderella type story. You feel me? And there's a part of me wonder, like, has she ever seen her family since then? Like, cause she had two sisters who were twins, and they looked great, and like they just always like mistreated her and didn't care about her magic and all of that, you know, and that's why she has this like she's real self-conscious about herself because she would put down her whole life. So it's like, damn, when you think about it like that, you see why she acted the way. So now when I see it, I'm like, she went through something. That's why she like it. It's so good. Like, only person whose stuff I still kind of like, that's still kind of annoying to me is Cashapp. But even this episode, like, kind of like, you know, he looked out, even though he was just kind of looking out because Marie told him to. He's the only one who's still kind of annoying to me. All the other back boys, like, I like their backstory like quite a bit. And like, but like seeing Gray and like the fact that those two had a connection, he to this day probably don't even know that was her. If she turned back into that person, to the how her sister looks, he probably still wouldn't know. And to me, her using now Black Clover has this thing to where it's not necessarily, I wouldn't call something plot armor, you know what I'm saying? Because like a lot of people like to throw around plot armor a lot. But her healing, well, turning that sword into something else, like that's just like the state of her ability. Like, she can do that. And like, she turned an open wound into a closed wound. So that's like all still kind of like falls in line with her ability. Like Black Clover has a thing where they get new stuff added to their grimoires, and long as it like fit in the category of like what they do, it may still make sense because they're always learning new spells. And now that's exactly what it was. I don't know if he's lost too much blood still. I'm pretty sure he's gonna live. And because like he was over there like getting treated from Gray, and Asta was getting the hell beat out of him from Dante. Dante was pissed. Okay, Dante said, "You know what? I'm tired of this. I'm finna throw these hands at you." And it's even crazier because you have to think he's using gravity. Think about throwing a punch at somebody. Give me a second. In a direction, but like you throwing like gravity is pushing it another way. You know what I'm saying? Another. Gravity is throwing it another way. So that makes your punches land that much harder, go that much faster. So of course Asta was out of there. Wasn't surprised to me. Even with like his increased strength, still wasn't enough. Yami shows up and Yami's like, yo, first of all, you're not taking my two girls, because we now see that Gray is also an arcane stage, as well as Vanessa. So it's like he came for those two, and he's also looking for Yami, who's an arcane stage. And he's just like, yo, y'all are being misused here. Y'all ain't up to y'all potential. And then Yami shows up like, yo, you're not finna take my people from me. And Yami just used some different techniques that look fire, dog. Like, look straight up fire. And so, I think that was probably the best thing to see, and just see like how much more advanced Yami is. And the attack Yami used is similar to one that I just saw on Jujutsu Kaisen this past week with a girl named Miwa, where like if you get into a certain zone, like their slash is that much quicker, you know? And that's exactly what it was. Like soon as Dante tried to cut him, soon as that blade touched that feel in which Yami had created, Yami was able to slash. Granted, none of us think Dante's out. I mean, honestly, none of us even think Dante's going to lose this fight. I'm almost positive next episode is going to be like kind of sad, okay? It's going to be kind of sad because I mean, they have not been losing. Like, simple as that. Like, the Dark Triad is top tier. Okay, it's just what it is. They're top tier, but it was good to see like the ties of battle shift, at least for momentarily. And then you have Gray, who's taking on one of the Dark Triad's subordinates. I can't remember the guy's name, but he's using 50%. He's using 50% of the Devil's power. Now I want to remind y'all. Xenon took out with 55. Like 50's right there. Luck showed up and just honestly was like overwhelmed because the guy like had one of those bodies that adapt to everything. But it adapt at a certain speed. It sensed the mana and it adapt accordingly. What Luck do? Went so fast that the mana didn't have time to adapt. Loved it. Like Luck is one of them ones I ain't gonna say slept on, but he has a lot of potential. And he's always in a fight. Like you never really feel like he's completely out of a fight. He's always in it, and like you can tell he's gotten a lot stronger. But considering the fact they still have 5 other people there along with Vanica, so it's still gonna be pretty difficult for them to win this. I think Noel's overall, gonna end up taking on Vanica, and I just don't see Noel coming out of that with a dub. Especially, it seems like Vanica seems like the one who enjoys battle the most, and I wouldn't be surprised if she might not necessarily be the strongest out of the Dark Triad, but it seems like she's the one who enjoys battle the most and probably might be the most skilled in those regards. So I'm kind of nervous for Laura Pisca and Noel because I think Mimosa are going to have to do a lot of healing, And once Vanica, who seems like a fucking psychopath, sees that Mimosa is the person doing healing. And then this is like me predicting like down the road, you know what I'm saying? And then like the next few episodes, she's probably going to take her out, which, it kind of gets you nervous for all 3 of those ladies. But you guys let me know what y'all thought about this episode down in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you guys staying safe. And I'll catch up with you guys later. There you go. There we go.